In this video, I want to discuss indirect objects. Now, to be able to find the indirect object, you need to know how to find the subject and the verb and the direct object. So sometimes people will just talk about objects, but there are different types of objects. There's the direct object, the indirect object. There's the object of the preposition. There's the object of the infinitive. So we'll discuss those later. Today I want to talk, or with this video, I want to talk about the indirect object. And again, you need to know the subject, the verb, and the direct object first, so make sure you know how to do that. Okay, but once you can find the subject, verb, and direct object, I mailed the letter. Mail is the verb. Who or what mail? I. There's your subject. I mail who or what? The letter. So there's your direct object. What happens when you get a word appearing between the verb and the direct object? And it's going to look an awfully lot like a noun. It is going to be a noun. Here's the example. I mailed John the letter. Now, I know that this is the verb, this is the subject, this is the direct object. Who is John? Okay. Well, and I know he is closely related to the direct object. He's the recipient. Okay. But I know I didn't mail John. I mailed the letter. This is what we call an indirect object. So here, John, here's the example of what it is. This is called an indirect object, or the I-O. Now, let's just see how it shows up in these two examples. He gave Mary the flower. Gave is the verb. Who or what gave he? So there's your subject. And remember, these two alone is the clause, to make the clause. He gave who or what? Did he give Mary? Like, did he give Mary away? No, 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 no. He gave who or what? The answer is the flower. He gave the flower. So this is the direct object. So what is this? Well, if for our purposes, because it fits the formula here, we're going to go ahead and call this the indirect object. Alright, now, this is the first video of two. You'll need to watch the second one to get the formula sentence, but I just want you to be able to recognize where the indirect objects are always going to show up. If they show up in a collection of words, they're going to be between the verb and the direct object. And it's going to be a noun that is closely related to the direct object. And the action, the verb, applies to the direct object. But this is where they show up. So I'm telling you, you'll never have an indirect object that doesn't come, all indirect objects will come between the verb and the direct object. Alright, so let's take another one here. The letter rewarded the town the prize. Rewarded is the verb. Who or what rewarded? The letter, subject. The letter rewarded who or what? It rewarded the prize. Okay, it gave the prize. So this is going to be direct object, and then here we go again. Here's our indirect object. Now, I'll call this part 1 or part A of two parts, part A and B. Watch part B, video on indirect objects part B, to get another way to see it.